Hello and welcome to the first Hoosier Formula Cup of the weekend. And we only have 3 races remaining in the championship. And it's Nano Lopez who could be crowned champion by the end of this race. All to play for. Aaron Ferrazzano is the man that's on pole position. Dylan Est is the man that's closest to Nano Lopez in the championship, looking to take the win. It will go Aaron Ferrazzano, Dylan Estra in second. Third is Nano Lopez. Fourth will be Matteo Valente. And fifth is a new driver on the grid, Andre Rodriguez, who joins us. He's American slash Mexican. He's racing under the American flag this weekend, and he's had a brilliant qualifying session. But of course, all eyes will be on Nano Lopez, who sits third on the grid. Didn't have the best qualifying session that he would have been after this time round. He unfortunately had a few laps deleted thanks to track limits, and it was in the dying moments of qualifying where he managed to get a lap fast enough for third place. So what happens now? Well, the championship is open, and the basically it comes down to, could come down to this race. Nano needs to finish top 8, and that is regardless where his championship title rival Dylan Est finishes. He's 71 points ahead coming into this race weekend, and after this race he'll be 56. There'll be 56 points up for grabs. So it basically means that Nano Lopez needs to finish in the top 8. And if he finishes in the top 8, regardless where Dylan Est finishes, he will become the 2025 champion. We'll keep you updated as it goes along. Hoosier Formula Cups really loves to keep us on our toes when it comes down to the championship. Last time it came down to the wire when Enzo Richer won. And this one, I'm sure, will be a nail-biter too. Annoyingly for my maths, I'll have to do it as I go along, which is never fun for me. But someone that loves to do maths and is going to help me along the way is Chris Stevens. He is currently on the grid, and he's standing by to bring us all of the news from Nano Lopez.
Yep, down on the grid, and this could be the man who is crowned the Hoosier Formula Cup champion in about 40 minutes' time. We're going to grab a word with Nano, starting third on the grid. Hello, Nano. Hi, how you doing?
How are you? All good?
Yeah, we're all good up here. I'm starting third on the grid, some difficulties in qualifying with some lap times being deleted. You all sorted with that now?
Yeah, lots of traffic, so yeah, kind of tough to get some laps in. But yeah, I have a good feeling, yeah.
You could seal the championship in this first race. Are you thinking about that?
You know, it would be lovely, but yeah, first of all, I have to do a good job. So yeah, I have to think about doing a good job, and if I do it, I will get it.
Good luck out there.
Thank you.
Well, all the very best to Nano Lopez as he looks to round up the Hoosier Formula Cup Championship. I'm going to have a quick word before we get kicked off the grid with Aaron Ferrazzano as well, because he put in a stonking effort to put it on pole position. And this young man has been going from strength to strength. He was a very inexperienced young driver when he arrived in the Hoosier Formula Cup at the start of the season, and has got a quite incredible podium record. What is it? 5 podiums in the last 6 races. So he is certainly on very good form, is the young Belgian. Hello, Aaron. Good effort in qualifying. Can you repeat that in the race?
Yeah, not about qualifying. No, it's a race, so let's see what we can do, but I am confident.
Obviously, for Dylan and for Nano and for yourself, the championship is still up for grabs. Is that on your mind at all?
I don't know. I think, yeah, the P3 is possible, so let's see what we can do.
It looks very close between you and Dylan as well. You expecting a good fight?
Maybe, yes. Let's see.
Well, good luck out there.
Thank you.
All right, well, we'll leave these guys to it, as the grid is going to be cleared very, very shortly. So let's head back up to our commentary teams.
Thank you, Chris. Great news from the grid, of course, giving us all the updates from the drivers down there. Nano Lopez confident but not thinking about it ahead of the race, and that's very much something that you hear kind of drivers say often. They're a bit like, no, I'm not going to get involved in thinking about the championship or, you know, all the different things that could happen. I just want to race a race and see how it goes. And Fernando Lopez specifically, you can kind of guess why he's thinking like that, and it's because before, when he was out there for qualifying, it wasn't exactly what he wanted from the qualifying session. So once they get in their head a little bit, it can kind of change things up. So he'll want to focus on the race. That is our championship leader, Nano Lopez, 71 points ahead currently. Hugh Barter, who was his biggest championship rival, is not here this weekend. So it's given him a little bit of help, really, I guess, in terms of like breathing space. And hopefully means that he can run away with the championship how he wants to now. So they'll be held on the grid for a bit longer, then we'll get the formation lap underway. Good to see young fans getting involved and watching in the stands. It'll be a 20-minute race for the first race of the Hoosier Formula Cup. New drivers on the grid, and they will be thrown in basically at the point where the championship's being decided. So there's all to play for in this one, but some people are out there just getting a bit of driver time behind the wheel, and seeing how they can go there. I always forget about this kind of dip that we have at Ricard, where you can't see anything past the first row of the grid. So it's always chaotic when the race starts, because you can't quite see, because the camera doesn't show you really what the race is going to be like. So Aaron Ferrazzano is the one on pole position. They are leading. He's not leading at the moment. He's third in the championship, but he is still mathematically able to win this championship. And Nano Lopez, you know, he's going to have what would be quite a bad weekend. Here's the grid then. Aaron Ferrazzano starts on the front of the grid, pole position. Dylan Estre alongside him. Nano Lopez, championship leader, third. Fourth is Mateo Vellante. Andrea Rodriguez will be fifth. Laurent Vutic, leading the Gentleman Championship, will be sixth. And their confirmation again. Further down, though, we're looking at Hugo Martinelli in seventh. Eighth is Jeremy Claude. Ninth is Auburn Robert Prince. 10th is a new person in the championship, Huerta. Boileau 11th. 12th is Walter Ricard. 13th is Craig McClatchy. 14th is Frederic Morahan. Alain Boucher is 15th. Thierry Malon is 16th. Gilles de Pierre and Solien Amrouche are at the back of the grid after struggling out there, after crashing in the first part of qualifying. Alongside me, maybe to come and join me, he might just be here doing my maths, I'm never entirely sure, is Chris Stevens. Chris, welcome to the Hoosier Formula Cup commentary box. It's usually me on my own, so it's quite nice to have someone alongside me.
Yeah, I thought I'd come and give you a little bit
You're going to do the
of
maths though, yeah?
Yeah, don't worry, I will.
Excellent.
I thought it's the least I could do.
So you were down there chatting to Nano Lopez, cool as a cucumber as always. What were we thinking?
It's hard to get the boy's heart rate up, isn't it? He's very cool, calm and collected as a young Argentinian who has been dual campaigning this year in Italian GT, actually. So getting a lot of very different experience in GT3 machinery. Not sure how much of that actually transfers over to this kind of car. Very different, of course. But he has been very much the form guy, especially when Hugh Barter is not here. He's given Hugh a run for his money when they have shared the grid on occasion. But let's see if he can bring this home. As you say, it's not a huge amount he has to do to wrap up the championship in this first race of the weekend.
Yeah, but we've seen in the Hoosier Formula Cup that anything really can happen. We see some of the best racing, I think, in the whole package sometimes in these single-seaters. And especially if we're talking about wheel-to-wheel racing, is definitely one to watch. So it's never done until it's done. That's the main thing. Aaron Ferrazzano has been really impressive out there with the double pole position. Dylan Est is the man that's going to be the thorn in the side, though, for Nano Lopez.
Yeah, absolutely. It was quite close between them in qualifying, wasn't it? I'm curious to see what Nano's pace is going to be as well, because we didn't really get to see his full form, I think, in qualifying. And yeah, lots of new guys to really keep an eye out there as well. Clement Huerta Rab was one you mentioned there, and Andre Rodriguez as well. A little bit of experience in Europe, but certainly not in these cars. It's a big step up from Formula 4 to these Formula, what used to be Formula Renault is now sort of the Formula regional type of car.
Championship can be decided today then in the Hoosier Formula Cup, the first race of the weekend at the Circuit Paul Ricard. And will it be Nano Lopez, or will Dylan Est manage to outperform and somehow give the championship some welly? Let's see what happens here then. Nano Lopez, the one you're watching, slow start from Aaron Ferrazzano. Nano Lopez has taken the lead before they've even jumped off the line. Aaron Ferrazzano really got bogged down there. Dylan Estra slots into second, but that was a brilliant start from Nano Lopez and exactly what he needed. Dylan Estra looking a little bit trying to go around the outside. There's a Winfield Racing car there getting into the mix. That's car number 7, which is the new guy, which is, of course, Rodriguez there, trying to go wheel to wheel with his teammate. Not what you want to do, which is giving Matteo Valente the chance to go side by side as well. But at the front, it's Nano Lopez, the championship leader, being hunted down at the moment by Dylan Est. Not a bad start there, Chris, but I don't think this battle's over.
Yeah, I mean, fair play to Andre Rodriguez. Got around the outside of your teammate in your first corner of racing. He's dropped a couple of positions in the subsequent chicane, but nonetheless, gutsy stuff from the American, that number 7 Winfield Racing car. Brilliant launch, as you said, from Nano Lopez. He's getting really hounded by Dylan Estra down the Mistral for the first time of asking, and the Frenchman's pouncing for it, going into the chicane for the first time, and I think will take the lead.
We'll have to see as they come round the right-hander here, but at the moment Matteo Valente in the 4th. But let's see if it has been Dylan Estra. No, he's actually fallen back a little bit into the clutches of Aaron Ferrazzano. So there he has then taken the lead on the straight. And actually, Nano Lopez has dropped back 3 places. Where did that happen? And he's actually been hunted down by Matteo Valente now. So somehow Aaron Ferrazzano has managed to get himself back in front, and not only in front, but also in front of Nano Lopez, who led the way off the line with a bad start from Ferrazzano.
Yeah, so Ferrazzano's recouped this quite nicely because he was down in 4th at one point. He's managed to make up 2 of those positions. So Lopez must have been compromised on the exit of the chicane going into the second element of the Mistral. He was side by side there with Dylan Estra. They've had so many great battles throughout the year, and Lopez actually getting a twitch coming through the penultimate corner and then into the Virage du Pont, which has probably compromised him again a little bit there, because you can see Matteo Valente is on the back of that TS Course Run car, probably the closest battle on track actually as they complete the first lap.
Nano Lopez has really been struggling as Matteo Valente looks around the outside, and actually that might open the door for whoever's just behind, which is Andre Rodriguez, I think, in the Winfield Racing car as it stands. But Nano Lopez seems to be dropping like a stone in water out there. He struggled during qualifying and now just doesn't seem to have the setup correct out there. You can see that he's dropping back massively from the top 2. Dylan Est is hunting down this championship and doing everything he can. At this point, Nano Lopez would still be the 2025 champion, but he's making it hard for himself.
Yeah, he is a little bit. It's a battle for the gentleman class honours slightly further back. Walter Ricard ahead of Frederic Boileau in cars 2 and 4. That is for the last spot on the podium in the gentleman class classification as it stands. Frederic Boileau trying to keep the championship alive in the gentleman classification, but Laurent Wittig, who has been on an absolutely storming winning streak of 6 consecutive races at the moment, is the one who leads at that class at the moment, but back up at the overall head of the field where the youngsters are fighting and hoping to move up the single-seater ladder. It is Dylan Estra. Aaron Ferrazzano was able to close in ever so slightly. Now, it was close between these two in qualifying. It's game on in the race now.
Nano Lopez still then dropping back. That's who you were just talking about, Laurent Wittig. This is Robin Prince, who is back this weekend. Nice to see him involved. That's Laurent Wittig leading the gentleman category as it stands at the moment. Dylan Est then has pulled out even more of a lead on Aaron Ferrazzano. Nano Lopez has managed to see if he can catch up a little bit just at the back, but it's all starting to fan out a bit now, Chris, isn't it? We've got a bit of a, I think it's this battle right here between Walter Ricard and Frederick Boileau that's holding up the pack a little bit. Actually, no, it's just in front of them. It's, I can't see who it is actually, but this is the battle that we're watching here, which is Lauren Vucic trying to get past.
So Frederick Morahan in the 49 car,
yes,
yeah, they just made a move on the inside of the Virage du Pont. I believe the son, potentially, of Olivier Morahan, or maybe the brother, some relation there, the CEO of the Kennel Performance Oil brand.
Oh, it's car number 25 that caught me out there, because it's a new livery, and I had no idea who that was, and I was desperately trying to think in my head who that was, and it's Clement Herter who's out there, and my brain only works half the time when it's attempting to show liveries, and if you put a new one in there, it throws me off completely.
Yeah, so that's the second car from TS Course for this weekend, and they haven't often had two cars in this field, I don't think. So that is a bit of an expansion for them.
Yeah, good to see TS Course are bringing more drivers as well, and especially for this time in the championship. As I was saying at the beginning, it's a funny time, isn't it? Because some of the drivers are battling for a championship, and the other ones are just kind of getting a bit of airtime and you know, trying out this car for the first time, and there's someone at the front trying to battle for a championship.
It's so interesting at this time of the year, racing in November, because most of the championships, like French F4, for example, or most of the F4 series that these new guys have been racing in throughout the year, they're all done now. So they're all basically getting their prep and their testing time in for 2026. And this car is very, very similar to the car that's used in the Formula Regional Championship, though that's getting a new car next year anyway. Yellow's
out in Sector 1, so Jeremy Clavard has had an issue out there. Not a new driver for this weekend, but it is he's coming to the pit lane now, so oh no, it mustn't, maybe he had an issue into safety cars out.
Now there is debris on track at turn 3, which is the hotel chicane, so I can only assume that that's come from Jeremy Clavard's car.
Yeah, because why else would, there's no mandatory pit stops here, so it's confusing, because if he's in the pit lane, I don't know, he's not, he can't be in the pit, he must have just set the pit lane. Anyway, we'll come back to that. We can't, let's not speculate on what we can't see. We do know it's Jeremy Clavard. There's a car not moving there, so I would assume that's the issue that we've got. But who has not come through?
I think that's Clement.
Jeremy Clavard has just come out, so I think.
Yeah, it's Clement Herter Rab. That's such a shame for his debut.
Their debut. So disappointment, and it actually looks like, oh, here we go, here's the replay then.
Oh, that's mechanical.
Yeah.
That's very big. Oh, is that the suspension has gone? Look at the left rear is very, very askew. So that's either a puncture or some sort of suspension issue, whether he's whacked that on a curb or it's just failed. But yeah, no, there was no other option really but to park it.
Yeah. I wonder what then happened also to Jeremy Clavard for coming into the pit lane. That is not mandatory, so not what you usually see. But it was a turn 3.
Yeah, so the 25 pulling over Huerta Rab, obviously that's a separate issue to what we saw earlier, which was the message on the timing screen we got, which was there was debris at turn 3, which I still assume is from Clavard's car.
Must have happened in that car still sitting there, unfortunately hasn't been moved yet, so safety car will remain out as it stands. And still 12 minutes left on the clock, so this will bunch all the pack back together, give Nano Lopez a bit of an advantage here too, who's been struggling a little bit, whether it's tyres or setup or whatever it is. He's not having a great time out there and hasn't since qualifying really. And you have to say, Dylan Est, who knows this track very well, Frenchman himself, and I'm sure he comes here with his brother, who's also a pretty well-known racing driver, Kevin Est.
Yeah, very busy this weekend in Bahrain, isn't he?
Yeah, very busy in WEC, so...
final time, we assume as well, with the Porsche program
Porsche
ending.
Leaving,
at the end of this year, which I'm very upset about.
I think the less I say about that, the better, because I just don't understand it. I do understand it, because I guess it's probably for a business idea, and it makes things, it works for their business model of how they're moving forward, but I just can't imagine WEC without Porsche. It just doesn't Doesn't sound right to me, but they must know what they're doing. There are bigger people in that championship being paid a lot more to know what's going on. So it is a shame, and we will miss Porsche hugely in that championship.
Wouldn't it be great if Dylan were to join the Porsche ranks? We could have a great, you know, extra dream team like the Vantor brothers potentially as well. I think they used to be teammates at Audi before Lawrence moved to Porsche, and then they had a bit of an awkward moment at Nürburgring a couple of years ago where they slightly ran into each other, which yeah, hopefully.
God, my sister never used to forgive me even if I stole a sock from her. Can you imagine if I took her off the track? She would remember that in a heartbeat. She'd be like, that time 20 years ago, you knocked into my wheel. Oh, that did that on their own. 33, that is Thierry Malholm, I think. Just double check on the timing sheet. Yes, Thierry Malholm has a little spin on his own and gets it back going, but those rears just gave way.
I think what happened there wasn't anticipating the car in front of him, which would have been Frederic Boileau, to check up quite so much, and so got on the brake pedal a little bit too hard and locked the rears approaching the penultimate corner there.
Yeah, not what you want to do under the safety car. Reminds me of Romain Grosjean. Do you remember his little...
You're going to have to be more specific.
Well, I can't remember specifically where it was, but he crashed under the safety car famously, and I can't remember exactly where it was.
When did he crash into the safety car?
I'm pretty sure that happened.
I don't doubt you. It's just there are no disrespect to Romain Grosjean, but there were a few scuffles to try and remember when it comes to Romain, who, don't give it, is a very talented racing driver, but he did have a few spills during his Formula One tenure. So
I'm almost certain I'm right. I'm never entirely sure I'm right, though.
No, I don't doubt it. I'm sure you are.
I always doubt everything. Yeah, crashes behind safety car. There we go.
Oh,
April 29th.
Azerbaijan. Oh, the Ericsson hit us one.
Yeah.
That one, yes.
Yeah, famously. Yes. There you go. I knew I wasn't going.
No, I have a terrible memory when it comes to Formula One these days.
So I have a terrible memory in general, which isn't very good as a commentator. I'm always absolutely... it blows my mind when commentators can absolutely say everything that happens all the time. And then I'll have this vague memory of, that happened once, and I'm always right in terms of what happened. I'm just never quite right in the terms of the rest of understanding how, what, where, and why. So safety car then still going round, lights still on. So unfortunately still under safety car conditions as it stands at the moment. The car, I think, has been removed. Yes, it has.
I was just looking for that, waiting for the shot to show.
The graphics would slightly be over it, but yeah. Thankfully we can see.
So hopefully, we're just coming into the third sector now, so if the lights do go off, then we'll be going racing again. No news as yet, so it might have happened just slightly too late for us to get the safety car in during this particular lap, so maybe one more tour is needed. I think it would be great if there's something I discovered in some motorcycle racing series, like in the Endurance World Championship, they have safety car points around the lap. So I think there are 3 of them, and the safety car can come on or off at any of those 3 points, which I think is a great idea for car racing to start adopting, because I think in this situation here, we're going to have a, well, you would argue somewhat unnecessary extra tour of Circuit Paul Ricard under the safety car when, it seems like that Clement Huerta Rab car was pulled behind the barrier just fractionally too late for us to get the safety car in on that previous lap. So another tour to keep the heat in the Hoosier tyres, coming up to the end of the first year of Hoosier being the title sponsor in this championship.
Gone through everything, these tyres. They've had snow, they've had fog, they've had all sorts going on out there.
The heat of Aragon.
Well, I didn't have snowy, but they had cold enough to be snowy.
Yeah. I'll tell you, it's actually pretty chilly outside as well. There are even like a few speckles of rain in the air.
Rain?
No, it wasn't anything serious. I don't think it was.
I need it to rain because I said to one of our commentators in the French commentary team. I said it was going to rain. He said, oh, I think you've got it completely wrong. So now, just out of spite, I want it to rain. Safety car is in this lap then. We're going back racing. Dylan S leading the way from Aaron Ferrazzano. Nano Lopez, the championship leader. If it stands like this, he does become the 2025 champion. Matteo Valente having a brilliant debut season in the Ultimate Formula Cup, sits 4th at the moment, and Andre Rodriguez is going to be sending a big smile to the boss of Winfield Racing's team, because he's doing a brilliant job in 5th on debut. And you have to say, Hugh Martinello is also doing very well, sitting 6th. It's his first weekend with us as well.
I was just going to say, you know, we'll give the credit to Andre, but also to Hugo as well, right behind him in the Formula Motorsports run car. Just 16 years old at the end of his first year of car racing in French F4.
Little baby.
A lot of them are. They're very, very young. And the age of the drivers coming into this level of racing as well just seems to be getting younger and younger, which is scary.
Yeah, definitely. And I think also this is such an interesting championship because it's got the two halves. It's got the young guys, the rookies and things like that, then also, you know, has the gentleman class as well. So it kind of has everything, so has something for everyone.
It's great to give those gentleman drivers the space to drive something a little bit more exciting than, you know, don't get me wrong, GT cars are incredibly exciting, but, you know, this is the quick stuff. Yeah,
this is, very different in terms of racing. So Aaron Ferrazzano, Dylan Est will back up the pack, and when he wants to go, he will put his foot down on the throttle, and we will go racing again here in Paul Ricard. If he does it too soon, which he has done before in the past, actually, you can get a punishment for that. Green flag is then out, so he'll back him up just a little bit longer, and then he is going. We're green flag racing again then in the Hoosier Formula Cup, the first race of the season. The championship can be decided here. I say season, I mean weekend, of course. And we're back racing with Dylan Est at the front. Nano Lopez, 3rd place as it stands at the moment. And no one is coming anywhere near Dylan Est. I was hoping we might see Aaron Ferrazzano manage to get alongside him, but we haven't. Dylan Est commands and remains in the lead. Nano Lopez hasn't really lucked out from that either, and it stayed much the same, Chris.
Yeah, it looked like he got a good run through the penultimate corner at least.
I was poised and nothing happened.
But the thing is, the Virage DuPont, it's such a clumsy
Nano
final
Lopez
corner.
Just going a bit wide there.
A little bit wide. That's going to compromise him through 5 as well. So I'm sure Matteo Valente will be sniffing an opportunity down the Mistral. But yeah, the last corner, there's such a concertina effect on the exit. So it is difficult to try and be close out of there. I know Formula One certainly had an issue with that when they were racing here, but it does extend to the vast majority of racing cars, I would have thought. So there's Dylan Est, and actually it's the two rookies who were getting close together going into the Mistral chicane there. I think actually Hugo Martinello managed to go through on Andre Rodriguez going through there. They're very close together.
That's Matteo Valente alongside Andre Rodriguez. Andre Rodriguez going around the outside, seeing if he can make it work. And let's see as he comes through if he's managed to do it. Matteo Valente stays in front then. So really, really ballsy stuff there from Andrea Rodriguez, trying to see if he can get around Matteo Valente, who's been racing in this championship all season. So hasn't been able to do it there, but is not letting him go.
It is really difficult to make the move into Scene Corner, where it's the fastest corner that you'll see on the calendar, usually flat out in optimal conditions as well. So very brave stuff to be going side by side through there. You see Matteo Valente using very different lines to his rookie teammate, really opening up in the middle of that penultimate corner so that you can be as far to the left as possible for Virage DuPont. But it looks like it's going to be close again because Valente's hugging the right-hand side of the track. He's got the advantage still going into the first chicane. But this is great stuff from Andre Rodriguez in his first appearance in this car.
Yeah, he's like a dog with a bone at the moment. Track limits reported for Thierry Malon, but it's this battle we're watching between Matteo Valente and Andre Rodriguez. You could have to say that this is really impressive stuff from the young American-Mexican joining us, and it's a shame he hasn't joined us earlier, because he, I feel like, would have some great racing out there and really put these guys to the test. So Matteo Valente is breathing a little sigh of relief there, but he's now, with all that going on, managed to bring Hugo Martinello into the fight as well. So he's now got two rookies chasing him down. The front packer pulling away a little bit, but nothing to really write home about. I feel like Aaron Ferrazzano is keen to get the win from Dylan Est, but Dylan Est is so far comfortably doing this.
Checkered flag should be coming out, I think, at the end of this lap. So Dylan...
No, it'll be on this lap. This is the penultimate lap, I would assume. The
so
final lap.
Still got about a third of a lap to go, 30 seconds left on the clock, so it could well be. And, well, of course, if it were to stay like this, Nano Lopez will be the champion. Dylan Estre will pick up a second win of the season.
This is going to be incredibly tight. They're coming around turn 12, 13, and I don't know if I'm going to be ready to call this with the checkered flag out. We've got 10 seconds to go, which should be all right. I think we're going to get another lap in with 5 seconds.
No, it'll be checkered flag.
It's going to be checkered flag, surely, as it stands. 2 seconds to go, and it looks like Nano Lopez at this point is going to be the 2025 Hoosier Formula Cup champion. Dylan Est comes across the line, but all eyes will be on Nano Lopez, who has fought hard this season to make sure he becomes champion. It was difficult when Hugh Barter wasn't here for a few rounds, but he really, really fought hard and wanted to win this one. He said on the grid he was feeling confident, and you have to say third place is enough to become the Hoosier Formula Cup 2025 champion. Great work from Dylan Est there, taking another win. Aaron Ferrazzano trying his hardest to do it, but all eyes then, Nano Lopez. That is the way you want to do it. And he's done it in style as well, because he set the fastest lap on that final lap as well. And the checkered flag being out means that Nano Lopez is the 2025 champion. That was tight, that one. And Nano Lopez, what a season he's had. And at some points when Hugh Barter was leading the way, he thought he wasn't able to do it, but he's managed to for TS Corsa. Great work from the young Argentinian. And it will be one to write home about, I'm sure. Dylan Estre takes the win from Aaron Ferrazzano, our new 2025 champion in Nano Lopez. Crossed the line to set the fastest lap as well. Matteo Valente fourth. Andre Rodriguez gave us a good show out there. Finishes fifth. Hugo Martinello sixth. Laurent Vutic seventh. Auburn Robert Prince eighth. Ninth will be Frederick Morahan. Walter Ricard 10th, Craig McClatchy 11th, 12th is Frederick Boileau, 13th is Thierry Malon, Alain Boucher is 14th, Jeremy Clavold is 15th, and unclassified in the end there, or not finishing was Herter on debut, I'm afraid. So all the cars will head back round to the pit lane. Matteo Valente had to settle for fourth place. Here he is then, our 2025 champion. Probably hasn't really realised yet in terms of what it means. I'm sure he's done the maths, but drivers are not great sometimes at knowing if they've crossed the line and they're champion. They're very much, am I? Did I do it? Dylan Est. It will be a worthy second place for Dylan in the championship. And he's pleased with that one. He did all he could to keep the championship alive. And you have to say he'll be incredibly pleased with that win. He's had a tough couple of races, has Dylan Est, and now finally managed to get it across the line again. I think it's back-to-back wins, actually, if I have a look just quickly. Lots of emotion down there in the pit lane then. Lovely to see. And it was the third race last time round that Dylan Est won, so not quite back-to-back, but Hugh Barter won 2 and Dylan Est then another win. Nano Lopez chatting down there to one of his engineers. Doesn't look the happiest you've ever seen a champion, but I'm hoping that we can have a quick chat with him because Chris Stevens will be down there. I can see he's on a different screen trying to, actually I can see him in the screen there. He's trying to push his way in. Go on, get your elbows out, Chris. Get him out. There we go. Let's head down to Chris, who's standing by with our 2025 champion, Nano Lopez.
2025 Hoosier Formula Cup champion. You looked a bit sort of stoic getting out of the car, but it must be a relief to get the championship done.
Yeah, as you said, a bit of relief. Yeah, I wanted to win, but yeah, Estre took me out of the 8th corner. So yeah, I knew that would happen. So yeah, I just tried to kept it safe and take it home. So yeah, champion feels really good. And yeah, let's try and win the other races and the rest of the weekend.
Well, you set the fastest lap of the race at the end there as well, so you know you've got some pace out there for the next 2 races. Yeah, for sure. We have been working with the team. A bit unfortunate with the traffic on quali. But yeah, as I said, didn't want to take risk. As soon as he took me out, I knew it would happen. So yeah, just happy to bring it home. Champion this year. What's next for Nano Lopez? We'll see. Not sure. We'll still try to get a bit of budget, but yeah, it's really tough. So yeah, hopefully with this championship, some teams can maybe see what I can offer. So yeah, let's try and have good offers for next year. Congratulations. Thank you. All right, let's go and grab our race winner, Dylan Estre. Where's he gone? I've lost Dylan somehow. All the drivers just flooded away. Oh, here we go. Just come out of the main building. Here we go. Dylan Estre. Ding dong.
I cannot see this in my words, but after I defend for Aaron and I try my chance on the chicane and I pass. So after I manage and for finish I won. So yeah.
There's such a big smile on your face. I love it. It must have felt like a good win.
Yeah, really good. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, good luck for the remaining races.
Yeah. After 2 races tomorrow, so big focus for tomorrow.
Good man. Go well. Okay. Aaron Ferrazzano has left the building. Wrap things up here for race 1 in the Hoosier Formula.
Thank you, Chris. And great to hear from Nano Lopez, our new 2025 champion. So we still have 2 races to go and it's Pride to play for now. Do make sure you join us tomorrow. And we'll be here for the Hoosier Formula Cup. But for now, it's Nano Lopez's day.
Être un bon traiteur, c'est être intransigeant sur la qualité. On ne fait du bon qu'avec le meilleur. C'est être impitoyable sur les recettes. Quand c'est bon, il n'y a rien à ajouter, rien à enlever. C'est être irréprochable sur le goût. Il faut prendre du plaisir pour en donner. Voilà, pour être un bon traiteur, il faut être intraitable.
Parfaitement intraitable.